Hello everyone, this is Coach Glad. I'm here with day 2 of how to start a business in 30 days. My job in the next 30 days is to teach you how to start a business because there's so much information out there. It can be confusing. I'm going to give you a step-by-step process, what you should be working on every day to get your business started. Today we're going to be talking about day 2, customer process, finding a certified public accountant, and your company's slogan. If you're having issues viewing the slides, I'm going to have a link to the slides below, so that way you're able to download it and view it at your leisure. What we talked about in day 1, where do you see yourself or your company in 5 to 7 years? And really write that down and put it on paper. You needed to be able to do your mission and your vision statement, and also think about a company name and figure that out. What we're doing today is going over the customer process, why I think this is important and why you should be doing this now in day 2 versus getting your domain name or filing for incorporation papers. You need organization and you need order in your business. And starting out on how are you going to get paid is very important. Have this done first, and think about who's going to be responsible for each step in the customer process. That way you're able to do this on your organizational chart. Will be day 3. But this is very important. The customer process is your big fish for the day. Your CPA is your medium-sized fish, and your slogan is your small fish. And always go in this order. Start with the big fish first. Get in the habit as an entrepreneur, as a business person, to start with the big fish first. Brian Tracy has a great book called Eat That Frog. How do you eat a frog? If you know you have to eat a frog every day, you want to knock out the first thing in the morning. Eat it early, that way you're not spending the entire day thinking about it. When we're talking about the customer process, how are you going to get paid? How are you going to get paid? And then the customer is going to receive the service or the good. So it's important to think about each step in this process and who's going to be responsible for each step. It's important, that way you can assign, when you do your organizational chart, the responsibilities off to each step in the process. Step number 1, how are your customers going to find you? And step number 2, how do you want them to contact you? Step number 3, how are you going to qualify these customers? Are these the right customers for your goods and services? Step number 4, how are you going to close a sale? Step number 5, how are you going to receive payment? Step number 6 is how is a product or service going to be delivered? And step number 7 is how are you going to keep this person as a returning customer? When we look at the customer process and how you go about this, step number 1, how are they going to find you? Internet, walk-in, social media. Think about that. That's going to be your marketing person. Is supposed to be responsible for that. How are you going to? How are the customers going to contact you? Are you going to have a receptionist? Who's going to be responsible for that? Emails, answering the emails, answering the phones, walk-ins, social media messages, what have you. Think about that. Step number 3 in the process. How are you going to qualify these customers? You're going to have a questionnaire or phone script that you're going to be going through with them. Is there an email script, social media script, or a walk-in script if they were to come off of if they were to walk into your brick and mortar business? Step number 4, what tools are you going to use to close a sale? Do you have a sales script? Are you going to have a benefits / feature sheet? Is there going to be paperwork like a membership agreement or something? Are you going to use a press kit if it's over the phone or email? Is there a price sheet or a proposal that you can send, depending on the scope of your service? Step number 5, how will the service or product be delivered? Are you manufacturing or shipping? Who's responsible for the manufacturing and shipping? Who's going to be responsible for delivery? Who's going to be responsible for drop off and pickup orders? Are they going to walk in and purchase like a corner store or a boutique? Who's going to be responsible for handling customer service? Ordering online? Who's going to be responsible for that? How are you going to receive payment? I use a Square. Are you going to use a Square? Are you going to use checks, cash, automatic debit, company invoice? Your finance department should be in charge of that. Who's going to be responsible for that? How are you going to keep these people as returning customers? This is the biggest part of customer service. You're going to spend a lot less money keeping customers than going out and finding new customers. So you always want to take care of who you currently have. Are you going to send email reminders, text messages? Are you going to give phone calls? Are you going to send them exclusive sale or coupons, or they're going to be in a club membership somewhat? And this is a customer process. Think about who will be responsible for each step in the process. If I've missed a step, please let me know. But you want to be able to assign this to different people. A CPA, or a certified public accountant. Why do I think this is important? You need a certified accountant. This is someone that has been tested and proven, has had experience in business tax and different things like that. Why you should not be doing this yourself? You're going to miss out on a lot of benefits that you may not have any knowledge of. You really need to find a good public a CPA. If you know of any business owners, ask them who they use and who they would refer. And make sure it's a CPA versus someone that just prepares like personal taxes. There are expenses that you want to make sure that are being deducted. The benefits, the taxes, the deduction, expenses, payroll. You want to make sure that you are having someone that has experience doing that to take care of it. It is an expense. I'm not even gonna lie, but depending on how big you want your business, you want to make sure that you have a CPA, someone watching how much money is coming in, how much money is going out, and will send the right paperwork into the IRS so you don't get flagged. You don't want to get flagged. So make sure you find a CPA. Ask friends, ask family. You really never know. Just ask around, and when you call the CPA and speak to them, whoever is willing to give you the most information for free, I would go with that person, because this person is supposed to be teaching you what to look out for, versus someone that is just trying to make a dollar, trying to get you in. Talk to people, talk to different CPAs. Whoever is willing to give you the information, go with that person. Moving on, your company slogan. What is a company slogan? It's a short catchphrase or a statement that lets the customer know what they should be expecting from your business. Why I think this is important to have, number one is short. You can think about all the jingles and advertisements that you grew up with that you still remember. Those are the catchphrases that you want your customers to really identify you. You want to make sure that it's succinct or short. You want to make sure that it's memorable. It can be controversial, but you want to make sure that it's no less than 3 words and no more than 7 words. But you should let the customer know right then and there what they should be expecting from you. This is the end of day 2. Please let me know if you have any questions in the description below. Like I said before, I will have a link to the PowerPoint slide if you're having issues downloading it. But always start out with that big fish first. Always start out with the big fish. always start out with the big fish. Thanks again for your time. God bless you, and have a good one.